What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about IGN's preview of Horizon Forbidden West. It's a 12 or so minute video. I think they also have two other videos, one that's about 4 minutes long, just talking about how it compares to Zero Dawn. They show in the second video a lot of side-by-side comparisons, just to kind of show how the world has grown and like more things have been added to make it a little bit more interactive. But the 12 or so minute preview is what I want to talk about, and I'm going to go by this recap tweet. Now, not everything on here is actually what they said, so I want to make that very, very clear. The last thing that he says on his little checklist here, I didn't hear IGN say. Now, maybe it's just because of my hearing. It's not the greatest in the world. Okay, I'm losing my hearing, but I don't think that they said that in it. So let's just kind of rapid fire through this, and then we'll talk about what I got from the preview as well. So it improves on Zero Dawn in every way. Worthy side quests, less filler. Everything feels like it's worth doing. Animations are on another level. Melee and combos were worked on a lot, and then looks like one of the biggest leaps ever from a first game to a second game. Now, again, I don't remember them saying that, but it could be memory and or hearing issues. Now, I did watch the entire preview video, and the game looks phenomenal. So what I want to make known, or I want to make sure that you guys know, right, is that I'm so ready for this game. I'm so ready for it. I liked what he had to say, but I also have to keep my morals in check, right? And that I have to remember this is IGN, and that ultimately I don't care what IGN says. I don't care what IGN thinks, but these are not, massively negative things, and I can see with my own eyes what he is talking about as well. Again, some of these things, though, they're definitely leaps, and it's also important to note he played 4 hours. This guy at IGN, he played 4 hours of the game, and he kind of jumped around. It didn't start at the very beginning of the game, and then some of the parts, one of the main parts of fighting the snake in like the gladiator arena, that's later in the game, so they had him jump a little bit for that. So he played 4 hours, not straight through, but just enough to kind of understand the fundamentals and the basics of what's going on here. So the game did look phenomenal. It really did. And they did talk about that, about actually a lot of his checklist things, right? Worthy side quests, he said that already he can tell in those 4 hours that everything kind of has more like weight to it, like it feels more, that you should do it, or it doesn't feel like so much filler. I mean, I guess that's the next thing, right, that they say. In that, the animations, everything's kind of just added on. I think, especially even if you watch the side-by-side comparison, and this has been known, this is actually kind of a God of War Ragnarok thing too, right? And I don't know, and I'll be flat out honest, like when these games were first announced, both, Horizon, or I guess Forbidden West and Ragnarok, I guess maybe not for Ragnarok, I was kind of in the camp of it does look a little too similar. But what I think I've really just understood, and even just flat out accepted, is that these are really like part 1, part 2 games. And you can't, in my opinion, really expect the game to be just revolutionary. It's so changed after only a now, I guess it's been 5 years. It's been quite a while since the first Horizon game, but it does look improved. Like, it's not like it's the exact same game, just, a couple additions there. No, I mean, you can see with, like, the water stuff with the swim. Now, he didn't even mention the underwater areas. Maybe he wasn't able to play that section. But, we've seen a lot of talk from, like, that, or even side-by-side comparisons of what the water and the interactions you can do with water in Zero Dawn versus Forbidden West. I mean, some things in this game are completely on a new level. And the different machines that they've introduced, and I would say that the graphical fidelity and all that stuff, all of that really has been elevated. So I guess what I want to say is this preview really solidifies, in my opinion, an opinion that I've already had on this game, where it definitely is a part 2, just like Ragnarok is a part 2 to God of War 2018. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the first games, I guess specifically talking about Horizon here, the first Horizon was such a good start. You know what I mean? I think, and I don't want to get too controversial, but even you look at Days Gone, I like Days Gone, and Days Gone has its diehard community that I'm so happy Days Gone has, and they deserve it. But you look at like the jumping off point for both of those franchises, and obviously Days Gone 2 isn't happening, yet or maybe ever, but like Horizon is such a good first game. You know what I mean? You go even back to like the first Infamous or the first Uncharted. I mean, you can tell when you have something really special, and that's what Horizon, Zero Dawn had. It had this just incredible, fundamental or foundational thing going, and that could easily, you don't have to super overhaul it for the next game. So that's really, to be flat out honest with you, like, yes, these are the checklist things that he said in the preview, but what I got the most out of it, because a lot of it was also, I believe, the game director giving a lot of information, so not even all of the thoughts were coming from him, but he got to play 4 hours, and he had opinions of basically everything being improved. That was pretty much the gist of what he was saying. But I think it just further solidifies, like, yeah, this game, it's not going to do anything massively different from what the first game is, but it's going to improve probably, I assume, and from what everybody is saying, maybe in every single way. Anything that was a little lacking or even just had the potential to be improved is probably going to be improved here. So I guess that's where this guy gets the whole, it's one of the biggest jumps from first game to second game. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely some games that Uncharted is probably the biggest one, right? Between Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2, it was night and day. I don't know if it'll be like that because I think it's a lot more similar. The first Horizon to the second Horizon, I think, is going to be more similar than Uncharted, but who knows? With all the additions, it could feel, brand new. So we'll have to see how it goes, but this doesn't get me non-excited. This definitely gets me even more excited, that's for sure. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me or support me anywhere else, I have a Patreon, and we have YouTube memberships if you guys want to do that. We also have Twitter, and I have a second YouTube channel if you guys want to support me there. Links for them all are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.